Kelly Engineering here, and welcome to episode 16 of Project Ozone 3. In between episodes, what I did was made all of the tier 1 seeds, including zombies, which was, why is this one blank? But the zombie seeds required that I make a Solium Sword. And, so I put my Solium Sword right in here, Solium Katana, and that chunky modifier on it means that I have a chance to get mob chunks whenever I kill something. So I went into the hunting dimension and just started killing zombies willy-nilly. In order to do that, apparently there's a glitch with the charm belt and reliquary. The zombie and blaze charms, if you have them on, whenever you try to kill a mob, whenever you try to kill a zombie or a blaze with the charm on, it'll crash the game. So I had to take off the zombie charm in order for that to work, but everything worked out fine. Alternatively to making the Solium Katana, I only did that because the Solium Dagger has 400 durability. So I made this. It has better durability on it, and I can eventually make it unbreakable for all of the mob chunks eventually. Another thing I did was I made Glowstone Seeds. Glowstone Seeds are a tier 3 seed, so that required making the intermediate crafting seed. Then I made the glowstone seed. I just cut my losses and ended up making the master infusion crystal, which was luckily I got into Lordcraft a couple episodes ago and had plenty of mana infused shards. It was just getting the insanium essence. In order to do that, to make it a little bit quicker, my inferium seeds over here are now tier 3, which means they'll give me between like 22 and 36 inferium, or 18 and 30 something inferium every time. I should probably upgrade them to tier 5 just because. But yeah, I have my master infusion crystal, which means I have unlimited turning anything into anything. I put this crate here. This is something that's existed for a while, but something I rarely ever use. I always forget about it. But whenever you have a inventory next to your crafting station from Tinkers, you can just go ahead and use anything that's in that inventory, including just going right from the JEI crafting, and I'll just move everything over from the side inventory. So that's really handy, and it was especially handy when I was trying to make all of the essences. The reason I made glowstone seeds was because I put glowstone in this chest and had lava pumping in. Whenever you put glowstone over lava, it makes endstone. I was crushing up that end stone over here, and actually I turned it off for some reason. But yeah, I'm making the crushed end stone so I could throw it in my sieve. And when you throw it in a sieve, you have a chance to get draconium ore pieces. I wanted that draconium ore pieces to test something with, I wanted to make a Wyvern Core. With a Wyvern Core, I can find a broken spawner, any broken spawner. In my case, I wanted a blaze spawner, and turn it into a draconic evolution spawner. I also took my enderium and electric steel cow, and I have them pumping. Really? I have them pumping fluids into these casting basins just so I can get blocks of electrical steel and enderium. The setup is pretty simple, but it could quite honestly be simpler. But in the mechanical user, I have a bucket. The bucket gets extracted, goes into this fluid tank, and I have only extracting regular buckets and only inserting in whatever the fluid bucket is. It pushes to the casting basin, and it'll do for now until I can get into industrial foregoing, because they have a block specifically for milking cows. Mark Brockman brought up in the comments, and quite frankly I had no idea, but these energy cells can also have the thermal expansion upgrade kits applied to them and increase their size and how much they can input and output. So I have got most of my energy cells up to signalum level, and I have these two attached to the to this auto sieve. Yeah, like I said, most of them have been upgraded. I just need to make the signalum in order to upgrade those ones as well. But the other one is attached to this painting machine. I did the painting machine because I was sick of the greenhouse having mobs spawn on top of it, so I just painted some of those slabs. I painted glowstone to look like those slabs, so that it's just it's a lit area now. But if you look here, this says painted glowstone, but it looks like one of the basalt brick slabs, and it just puts out a light level. Just hit F7, and yeah, no mobs spawn on top of this now, which is fantastic. Lastly, the pack has been updated to 3.0.38, which means Furnace Overhaul got updated again, and I lost everything inside it again. The upgrades I had in it, the efficiency upgrade, the ore processing upgrade, correction, the speed upgrade, and then the processing upgrade. The processing upgrade is now requires nether stars, so that's fantastic. And the efficiency upgrades and ore processing upgrades, those are perfectly fine. But in order to process ores, I need this upgrade inside the furnace, I believe. So I'm going to give that a little test. Yeah, why press the I believe button when you can just test things? So I'm going to throw this oak wood in, and yep, that'll make a piece of charcoal for me. Oh, and it took the charcoal out. But throw this charcoal in, and it'll do coal ore. That's nice. So what does it mean? It enables the processing of ores. Yeah, I can put gold ore in, and it goes just fine as well. So what is... If anybody has any idea what it means by enabling the processing of ores, I would love to know. In any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remake the efficiency in the ore processing upgrade and the speed upgrade. And make them for all of my furnaces again. I wonder if I have to break this. Yeah, I have to break it to get the face back. That's whatever. I just decided to bite the bullet, and I have upgraded all of my existing furnaces to Endist furnaces. So Emerald is just whatever, 4 emeralds, 4 pieces of glass for each furnace. The Endist is just surround an emerald furnace with ender pearls, and that's what you got. So this thing is pretty fast. Oh yeah, noticeably faster, though not as good as the Zenith furnace. So I'm going to next make my speed upgrades, and then we're going to get on to what today's episode is all about. One last thing, I disabled the mob farm for the most part. I'm not going to remove all of these vector plates because of how long it takes to reinstall them. There's a couple dark spots in here at nighttime, but whatever, we're fine with that. But I did that so I could get all of the stuff out of the anti-barrels. The anti-barrels are kind of weird. They can store an incredible amount of non-stackable items, but when it gets close to its limit, and I think I was at, I don't know, around 10,000 items in one of these, just being near the barrel was causing me to lag out because of the sheer amount of NBT data inside this anti-barrel, which is impressive that it can get to 10,000 before it starts to make me stutter. But I unloaded it and then put all of my loot bags inside these quantum storage units and deleted everything in a trash can. Yeah, deleted everything in a trash can except for the diamond gear. So I have plans for this diamond gear down the line, but that's what I'm going to be using. The common loot bags were the only things that I was opening, and as I mentioned in an earlier episode, these loot bags are not configured at all. You're going to get the same item no matter what loot bag you're in. But I was opening the common so I could get more Ender IO processors. And some choice other items like redstone, golden apples, buckets. Definitely buckets. It's probably the handiest item in all of this. Blacker lotuses, all that stuff. And then dimlet parcels for endgame RF tools. So I am making reinforced obsidian because it's witherproof. And witherproof is exactly what we need. Oh, I need to get a flint and steel as well. Is exactly what we need for the next part of our adventure. I'm also going to grab some soul sand and some wither skulls, and we're going to summon the wither. The improved wither mod is in this pack, which means every time I kill the wither, he's going to get a little bit stronger. Eventually to the point where I think he can actually break wither-proof blocks. I don't know. We're going to find out. Eventually, not this episode. Alright. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 9 more. Almost forgot I could fly. So, this could potentially not end well. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know whether or not the wither's been programmed to break wither-proof blocks. But we're about to find out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot. He's off-center. Alright, in the future, first one goes there. He might break out. Yeah, he broke out. I forgot my wither rose. Dang it. I'm gonna go grab my wither rose and then head back in there. I'm not doing very well on bosses. I think this is 2 for 2 that I failed on. But I got my witherless rose. I'm gonna try this out. Where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Seriously? Just keep... Oh, I love having the resistance totem. I'm going to lead him away from the lava so that I can actually pick up his drops. Alright, 1 wither down. I got an enchanted voodoo poppet, a withering soul, supremium essence, solidified experience, and wither ash. Really? That's it? I didn't get a nether star? Why did I not get a nether star? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Maybe I just missed it. Oh, that's nice. Alright. Whenever you used to kill the smallest magma slimes, they left some lava. They don't do that anymore. Alright, so I'm actually going to do this properly and put the center of the wither right here. So that, with any luck, he's not going to escape. Dang it! Alright, I don't know if that's just how the mod's programming him to do it. But whatever. He's also hitting harder as well, so that's just the improved wither. I should have paid more attention. Son of a gun. And I dropped my saturation. Well, that was a dud. Let me go get my stuff. At least I can still fly. Ooh, ghostly shape. Hopefully ghostly shape means that he can't see me. Run away. Ooh, boy. Well, at the very least, I got my withering soul. So, that quest is completed. That quest is not completed. Okay. I'm here in my testing world right now because I want to see what the constraints of the Wither Skeleton are. So I just summoned him in the same relative thing that I just did in the real world. So it's too high right now. See whether or not he can escape. He can escape. Alright, so same thing. Gonna do it 3 high now. Alright. He has to be 3 high. That's good to know. Alright, cool. So I know that it has to be 3 high in order for it to keep him from from escaping. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, just to see whether or not it works with the Mystical Agriculture witherproof blocks as well. Which, absolutely it should. Alright, we're good. We're solid. Alright, so I know that it has to be 3 high now to keep him from escaping. I could swear that it was 2, but obviously it was my mistake. So before I get back in there, there's a couple things I need to do. First of all, that death destroyed my boots and has almost completely ruined my ashen stuff. So I'm remaking some ashen fabric. And gonna repair my stuff, make a new pair of boots. That's all well and good. The next thing I'm going to do is go get some experience. I've already gave a little bit of my experience back to myself because I lost that saturation token. And I needed to reapply it to myself. However, I'm giving myself more experience so I can apply strength to myself. I'll probably only apply 3 levels of strength to myself and then 2 levels of resistance. But we'll see how this suits us. Or I'll just apply 5 levels of strength to myself. Alright, so I have strength 5 on top of my epiolatry. And then the next thing I need to do is make this coin of fortune, which draws in items and XPs. It's essentially a magnet, but it's really cheap considering all of the stuff I have. And since I think I lost that nether star to a thorny stalk over the in the nether. So I'm going to make this coin to make sure the wither star just sucks right back into me, and everything will be all good there. So I did not want to make this coin of fortune because it is incredibly powerful, and with all of the culling of the passive mobs I've been doing, waiting for fluid cows, I didn't want to have it. But anyway, now that I've made it, just shift right click and it activates. You'll see it has the enchantment glow on it, and it's also a bauble, so I can attach it to one of these. There it is. And I'll put my red heart canisters there. So now whenever I attack something, and I'll do it from quite a distance as well. So see how the stuff just immediately shot to me? The same with the experience. So it's very handy, and just deactivate it whenever you don't need it. And I really should keybind the baubles inventory. Alright, I'm making my ashen fabric right now, but I did something different that I haven't tried yet, mainly because I was scared of wasting the resources. I'm not scared of wasting the resources anymore. So there is a full stack of everything on this table right now. Awesome. And there should be 63. Yep. Alright, so you can put full stacks of stuff on top of the table, and it will only use as much as necessary in order to make your stuff. So I have enough for a pair of boots. I'm going to continue making my stuff until everything is repaired. Alright, I think I'm ready again. Got my coin of fortune activated. I have strength and resistance on now. And let's go in. Oh, and my gear is repaired, of course. Where you at, Wither? There you are. Oh man, resistance is definitely doing me well. Really? Come on, rise up, dude. He's attacking his minions. What's up with that? Come on, get out. Alright, I think I got everything. Got the Wither Star and the orange heart. Oh, that's wonderful. And a whole bunch of other stuff I do not need. Alright, now that I have killed the Wither a second time, I'm going for round 3. And this time, using what I learned in my testing world, I'm going to stack that 3 high so that he can't escape, and who knows, maybe he has evolved to the point where he can. I'll take that risk. Alright, time for round 4. Or this is round 3, rather. Now, I was missing 4 blocks, but hopefully this should do. And keep him trapped. Yes! Alright, 2 Wither Stars. Awesome. Alright, now that I know that this works, I'm happy with it. I'm going back. The reason I wanted that Nether Star is so that I could make the Reseed Reprocessor. The seed reprocessor, specifically the ultimate one, requires a Nether Star. Now, the seed reprocessor will allow me to any extra seeds that I get from this stuff, particularly whenever I am analyzing everything before I make it 10, 10, 10. It will give me the essence for that seed. That's exactly what I want. So let's get some iron and make the basic. Oh, I need a block of Solium as well. So I'm going to make some Solium and then I'll be right back with you. Alright, I'm ready to create the Reseed Processor, which I just have. And actually, that should complete a quest. Oh, updating the pack put the sound file back. In any case, say I break something like this and I have a 10, 10, 10 zombie seed. Actually, let's get that replanted. So, put the zombie seed in, and it'll start to process and give me the essence. Now, I don't think the level of seed matters to the seed reprocessor. However, the level of the seed the tiered seed reprocessors is actually new to me. It's a new concept. So I'm going to continue to upgrade this thing until I get to Supremium level. Or ultimate level, rather. And see where we go. I have made the Supremium seed reprocessor. I'm going to have to stop there because I require blocks of Supremium in order to make the ultimate seed reprocessor. So I'm going to set this down and see what we get out of it. And it does require power, so I'm going to get an energy cell. Alright, place that down, and I don't think I went over this last episode, but when you're doing the configuration, if you hold shift and click the center, it clears all sides. That is very weird. So apparently this is not power, this is something else. So let me go grab some charcoal, which I've had it going for most of this episode. And yeah. Alright, apparently this thing requires burnable fuels. So it's essentially a furnace. That is, I don't like that. Why can't it take power? Well, in any case, I'm going to use the zombie seed again. Put the zombie seed inside. Nope, it's just how quick it goes. It doesn't actually give me any more yield. Well, that's good to know. And also, essentially, makes this worthless unless you have a bunch of seeds going. Oh well. Well, that is the seed reprocessor. The last thing that I'm going to do in this episode is I'm going to make the Resonator from Extra Utilities 2. Mainly because I need to start getting into grid power. So that is just a block of coal. You cannot use charcoal. 5 iron ingots, a resonating redstone crystal, and 2 pieces of redstone. And bam, you got that. Now, the trick with the Resonator is you need grid power in order to make it work. I very obviously don't have any grid power. So I'll place this right here for now. Oh, and the resonating redstone crystal. I got a bunch of them from breaking all those redstone blocks a little bit earlier. But if you want to... If you don't have access to redstone early on in the game, all you need to do is make a glass cutter, also from Extra Utilities 2, and put an ender pearl with it inside a crafting grid, and you'll get 8 ender shards. 1 ender shard and 4 pieces of redstone in the crafting grid gets you a resonating redstone crystal. And yeah, it's that simple. So now that I have the resonator, I need it to make stone burnt, but I need grid power in order to make it to work, so I'm going to make a manual mill, which is this one right here. Redstone Gear. I'll get all this material gathered up, and I'll get right back with you. Alright, that didn't take very long at all, but made my redstone gear, and the redstone gear is just 4 torches, piece of plank, and then you have polished stone, which is just any sort of brick in a 2x2 pattern, and boom, you'll get polished stone. And trust me, you'll be very familiar with polished stone in a second. So I have my manual mill, place it on top of my resonator. It doesn't have to be on top of your resonator, just whatever, it makes sense like that. And you notice as I right click it, I'm generating 15 grid power, but I am using 0 of 15 grid power because nothing's in the resonator. But right now, no power used generated, power generating 15. So I'm gonna make some more of this polished stone. Boom. Couple of stacks. Put that in here, and I'm gonna wait. Now, holding right click is all well and good, but you can just open up the inventory and you'll see down at the bottom I'm still right clicking, so you can AFK this while the resonator is doing its job. It seems I was mistaken, or rather I'm outdated right now, so I'm not holding any button right now over the manual mill. If I right click the manual mill once, it'll start operating for me. But if I move my mouse away, it stops working altogether. So yeah, you can still AFK. You don't have to do the open the inventory trick anymore. But I have the manual mill working. And yeah, you don't have to open the inventory for that. Alright, I have generated 28 stone burnt, which is exactly what I wanted to make 4 lava mills. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. And make these puppies. So I have 4 lava mills. Allow me to go get 4 buckets of lava, and I'll be right back with you to show how these things work. So I'm going to place these lava mills in a cross pattern. I'm going to put 1 bucket in its center, and you'll see if I'm looking at the lava mills, you see each one is generating 2 grid power. And that means that I have a total of 8 grid power right now. It appears I made a mistake choosing the lava mill, because no matter how much lava is on each side, each mill is still only generating 2 grid power. So I just wasted 28 stone burnt with something that's not going to generate me a lot of grid power. So I'm going to put more polished stone in, and now I don't need the manual mill to make it work. And that's all well and good, but I'm going to make this a little bit faster. So I'm about to make something called an upgrade speed. But in order to do that, I need an upgrade base, which is a weighted pressure plate light inside of a resonator. So I'm going to take this out, put this in, wait for it to go, and bam, I got my upgrade base. The upgrade base, a gold ingot, right here. So what this does is whenever it is in any sort of machine, extra utilities machine, that means I am draining one of my grid power right now unnecessarily. A total of 4 of them can go in, but when I put this in there, you see it's actually going considerably faster. Here, grid is overloaded. So you'll get a grid is overloaded whenever you are trying to use more grid power than you're currently generating. So that's why I put in the manual mill, and now everything's going the way that it should. The next thing I'm going to make is water mills, and hopefully these work a little bit better than the lava mills did. But I'm going to fill up my buckets with water. I already tore down the lava mills I had in place, but I'm going to place these in a 1 blank 2 blank 3, blank 4. Cool. I'm also going to set up a perimeter around this place as well. Alright, so water mills generate grid power based on flowing water blocks surrounding them. So full water blocks, and I'll put a full water block right here. Full water blocks will not allow grid power to be generated. So I'm going to put a bucket of water on each of these 4 corners so that an infinite water source is not created between them. I'm also going to put water right here. So the stronger the flowing water, aka the closer it is to the full block, the more grid power it will generate on that side. There we go. That's more like it. So now I have my water mills generating the maximum amount of grid power that they're allowed to. So that means so that's 16 grid power each, and that means I have 64 grid power. Now you need to be careful with these with any of the mills, because if you have a single type of mill generating too much grid power, then you'll start suffering a loss. So it says here that if I have 64 grid power to 128 grid power, then I'm going to see a 33% loss of how much grid power is being generated. So it seems my explanation of the speed upgrades was a little lacking earlier. So I'm going to put in this polished stone right now in order to make stone bird. You see that in order for it to complete the operation, it's going to need 8 grid power. The Resonator is going to have to generate 8 grid power in order to do it. But if I mouse over this upgrade speed, you'll see the power penalty is +1 GP. But if I put the speed upgrade in there, you'll see that it actually doubled the required amount of grid power needed to be generated by the Resonator in order to complete the operation. So I'm actually, it has to be grid power times 2, then grid power times 3, 4. So yeah, the tooltip is not accurate apparently in Project Ozone 3, and I'm going to have to look at the configurations to see if that's just how it was set. But it's actually a multiplier instead of an additive in order for the speed upgrades to work properly. So that is what it is. It's unfortunate, and I don't really like it. But whatever. I put all 4 max speed upgrades in the Resonator. I can make my stone bird easily enough. I know I said the Resonator was the last thing I was going to do this episode, but something caught my eye in Overloaded. Mainly this Infinity Capacitor, which requires an energy core, which requires quite a bit of nether stars. So I went back into the nether, killed 6 withers, and got the necessary... Oh yeah, look at that. I got the necessary nether stars to make this energy core. Now it's just a matter of making blocks of iron. Ooh. And blocks of diamond. And with that, this infinity capacitor can be made. I'm going to go throw this on my mills and see what happens. Yeah, it is definitely filling up. Oh boy, how do I actually, like, I can't look inside it, but it looks like every single side is an input and an output. But this is amazing. So yeah, I just made this infinity capacitor from Overloaded, and it was pretty cheap actually. The other last thing I wanted to do was, since I killed between the Naga, I killed the other episode, and wait, where did I get that other? Oh yeah, so the Naga I killed, and then I killed the Big Brother off screen, mainly because he was harassing me in Landia. So I have 10 orange hearts, and I'm going to make the orange heart canisters, which require actual notch apples. So you know you have the right one if you look at the EMC value, and it's 147. And from the look of it, I'm only going to say that from the look of it, because if you look at the orange heart canister, mousing over it, it never changes to the regular golden apple. So, orange heart canisters, 10 of them. Alright, drop those in there, and boom, I just got extra hearts. Is it going to give me anything extra? Doesn't look to be any difference. Yeah, there's no difference between what the other ones were doing for me. So why even bother? Oh well. Well, that quest is completed at the very least. And I'm going to end out this episode. In between episodes, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I'm in another state. I'm recording this from a hotel room. The sound is probably obviously different. I'm also coming down with a cold, so my voice is a little deeper. Yeah, whatever I end up doing, I'll just show it off at the beginning of the next episode. But I am Kelly Engineering. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.